Hi everyone, I'm Gil.
Hi, and I'm Cherry.
And welcome to our 7th episode of the IDW Pull List. It's our experiment with podcasting that features some of the latest releases from IDW Publishing. This week we've got a great show for you. Starting off the list, we've got The Last Unicorn, number 2, G.I. Joe Hearts and Minds, number 2, Robert Bloch's Yours Truly Jack the Ripper, number 1, and Tank Girl, The Royal Escape, number 4.
First up this week, we have The Last Unicorn, number 2. As the unicorn searches for what happened to the rest of her kind, she finds herself trapped in Mommy Fortuna's strange carnival. Mommy Fortuna specializes in glamour, making people see what they want to see. A dog becomes Kerberos, the three-headed hound. An old, mangy lion becomes Manticore, feared throughout mythology. And a tiny spider becomes Arachne, weaving a web through time and space. But unlike the others, the unicorn is real. And so is one other occupant of the carnival, the harpy, who lusts for the blood of Mommy Fortuna for trapping her. It is here that the unicorn meets Shmedrick the magician, who sees her for what she truly is and tries to help her escape. But spells always go slightly awry, and the unicorn ends up rescuing him, before the harpy finally takes her revenge on the old witch that tried to contain her.
Next up, G.I. Joe Hearts and Minds is a series that takes a closer look at what makes members of G.I. Joe and Cobra tick. Written by Max Brooks, the best-selling author of World War Z and the Zombie Survival Guide, each issue contains 2 stories that delve into the passions and fears that drive the heroes and villains of the G.I. Joe universe. This second issue focuses on Firefly, a sabotage specialist, and on Tripwire, an explosive ordnance disposal specialist, with what seems to be a death wish.
Up next, we have Robert Bloch's Yours Truly, Jack the Ripper, number 2. A terrifying tale updated in classic pulp style by award-winning writers Joe and John Lansdale with Eisner-nominated artist Kevin Colden. Follow Detective Hollis and reporter Jenny as they close in their search for the infamous Jack the Ripper, who has rocked Chicago with a series of bloody and gruesome mutilations. But how can the notorious serial killer from Victorian London be stalking the streets of 1940 Chicago? Will our heroes be cunning enough to stop the murders and avoid a deadly fate themselves? Find out in this 3-issue retelling of Robert Bloch's classic tale of terror, filled with twists, thrills, and plenty of gore.
Finally this week, we end with Tank Girl, The Royal Escape, number 4. With their new 4-issue miniseries, The Royal Escape, writer Ellen C. Martin and artist Rufus Dayglow have given us a new take on Tank Girl, and it's grittier, bloodier, and weirder than ever before. Tank Girl and her crew have found themselves stranded in the outback, with an immobile tank, not a crumb to eat, and a pissed-off army of 5,000 surrounding them. What's to worry? When we left off, Barney had arrived just in the nick of time, with Jackie and a terracotta army to keep Tank Girl, Booga, and a critically injured Jekyll from getting steamrolled by the enemy. After eating a black egg, Tank Girl transformed into an obsidian death machine. Will Jekyll survive? Will the tank team escape the clutches of the vengeful army? Will Tank Girl stay like that forever? Find out the answers in Tank Girl, The Royal Escape, number 4, A Terrible Souffle. Not recommended for children, the elderly, or wussies. That's the end of our 7th and final episode of the IDW Pull List. We've shifted our con preparations into high gear here at IDW, and unfortunately for the pull list, that means that we're going to have to take a little break. We truly enjoy doing this, and we'd like to thank everybody for all your feedback, as well as all of those involved. Keep sending your feedback to pulllist@idwpublishing.com, and follow us on Twitter, we're IDW Publishing.
And also be sure to check back with us during and after Comic-Con for exclusive interviews, previews, and all the craziness that we've come to love that is con. Thanks for watching, and from everybody here at IDW, happy reading.